What's happening to my All-Stars? This is Brian at BPL Sports Cards and Collectibles coming back at you with another brand new video. Today in this video, I'm going to show you what I'm stashing for the upcoming playoffs. These are my hidden gems or players to stash. So, here we go. Getting into it, we're going to start off with the Houston Rockets guys. Two main guys you want to look for. And that is going to be the bearded one, and that would be James Harden. These guys are currently 6th in the Western Conference. They have made a splash in years past. Due to the shortened season this year, they've gotten a lot of time off to possibly get healthier. This guy alone will do some damage by himself. Probably going to lead the scoring in the playoffs. He's got a pretty high average. To go with him, the other 1-2 punch for Houston is going to be Russell Westbrook. And he is going to be a dynamic force in the playoffs as well. Two-way threat for this guy. Can light up the stat sheets. It's going to be tough to get these two in the backcourt and not win games. They just have to have a really good supporting cast. With that being said, you got the beard throwing up 3 balls at any chance he gets, and can penetrate, get to the hole and score. You got another guy in Westbrook that can rebound, shoot, throw assists. They're going to be a tough out in the first round. We'll see what happens with the other teams in the playoffs, but Houston seems to be one to reckon with as a force in the Western Conference. Next up in our players to stash is going to be Damian Lillard from the Portland Trailblazers. Portland is on the outside looking in for the Western Conference. They could make a good size jump. They're going to have to get past Memphis and Dallas. But this guy here that we all know by now from last year's playoff, the guy's clutch. He's going to throw up big-time shots. He's going to be making big-time plays. We know he can score. Definitely be on the lookout for any, if anything happens this year in the playoffs, you could definitely see a jump in Dame Dollar's cards values. I don't have any rookie cards of these guys right now of certain players, but just some ones I've collected over the last few years. Being with trying to get your more expensive ones like Contenders and Optics. Chronicles is a surprise set, but Damian Lillard going to be another one of those guys. Going to make it interesting on the lower seeds in the Western Conference. You kind of hope that he gets in just to see what they can do. They got a really lethal backcourt. Him and C.J. McCollum in the backcourt can wreak havoc on most teams. Tough to guard. So, like I said, they're looking on the outside, looking in from the Western Conference, as they're just outside of the 8th seed, which is Memphis. We're going to jump over to the Eastern Conference for a spicy P sighting. Pascal Siakam. This guy has the potential to do great things for the Eastern Conference 2nd seed Toronto Raptors. These guys they made it to the finals last year, and they were able to pick up their first world championship, so they are defending champs. And they're gonna be even tougher. I mean, they don't have Kawhi anymore. Kawhi went to LA. We'll get to him in a little bit. He's on this list of stuff to stash. But fairly lower end rookie cards. Try to grab as many as he can. I got a feeling he's going to make some noise in the playoff as well. They will most likely be in the 2nd seed. I don't know if they'll take the 1st seed. But this guy, he's got the defensive prowess, can score when needed. Just an all-around player, coming into his own. He's only been in the league a couple of years. He is a complete player. With the top 4 seeds in the Eastern Conference being Milwaukee, Toronto, Boston, and Miami, those guys are pretty much set. I don't see them jostling too much of a position-wise for placing in the Eastern Conference. But Pascal Siakam, Spicy P, another guy, pick up his cards, stash them, hold on to them until the playoffs start, and then unleash them to the public. New Orleans, this is going to be interesting. He could possibly make another jump here. It's going to be fun to watch the Pelicans get back to business with Zion. But part of Zion's success is this guy here, Lonzo Ball. Got some of his rookie cards cheap, just kind of holding on to them until the playoffs. These guys could do some crazy stuff if they can play and not get completely destroyed by any other Western Conference team. But Lonzo, get his cards. No longer on the Lakers. We all know he got drafted there, but signed with or traded to the New Orleans Pelicans. And he's now kind of flourishing in New Orleans with the Pelicans and Zion and that supporting cast with Brandon Ingram, another past Laker, came over in that trade, and they're going to be improving in the next few years. It's going to be exciting to watch. I see them possibly making an upset. It's a long shot, but try to grab any of his cards as well. And holding on to these guys here to see if he makes good on the stat sheets and whatnot during those 8 playoff games. See if he can get into the playoffs and above the 8th seed. We got a couple of Lakers that are going to be supporting cast. I believe this guy here is going to have a big impact on the Lakers. It's going to be Kyle Kuzma. With the news of Avery Bradley opting out for the rest of the season due to the coronavirus threats, this guy here is going to probably blow up, I'm assuming, in the 8-game playoff. LA is the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. They are looking to take complete and total command of the Western Conference with the last 8 remaining games starting up later this month in July, and then full on into the playoffs. Some of his rookie cards, I have a couple of them here. The rated rookie Don Ross and the Prestige. Still fairly inexpensive. Grab them while you can. If you can get them graded or PSA graded or BGS graded for a fairly good price, go ahead and get them. I can only see major improvement on his values coming up to this playoffs. Like I said, going to get a lot of playing time with Bradley now not being there. And they recently signed J.R. Smith to a small contract to come over and help. But I got a feeling that they're going to throw Kuzma in there, and he's going to just go at it. Any second-year cards is good to grab. I'm sure that you got to think outside the box and get second-year cards, because if it blows up during the playoffs, I'll be glad I got some of these second-year optics, and you can't complain. Mosaic, another hot product out there right now. Contenders, that green game ticket. Like I said, he's got a lot of potential. He's going to have a lot of playing time, I think, in the next few weeks when the NBA starts back up. And I can't see anything but good stuff happening to his cards as well. Along with that, you got AD, Anthony Davis. He's also going to be a big factor in this year's playoffs. Now teaming up with LeBron in LA. His cards are completely out of my reach as far as rookie cards, but I can imagine that if anybody has any of his rookie cards to really hang on to him, there's a substantial jump that there could be made for potential for his values. They've been dominating the entire season. And like I said, with the LA Lakers being number 1 in the West, it's going to be kind of a cakewalk through the first round for those guys. I can't see them having any problems, but you never know in the playoffs. Anything can happen. Uh, just grab anything you can of Anthony Davis. Second year cards would be a good option. Maybe even all Lakers uniforms cards would be good as well. On the other side of LA, you have Kawhi, the Claw. He's got a pretty almost complete team. Being the second seed in the West, the LA Clippers are looking to make a huge push to the finals this year. He's going to be one of the main reasons. I'm grabbing anything that he's in for Lakers right now, or anything in Clippers uniforms, because right now I would assume that's got to be a hot card or some hot cards of just getting him in his new uniform instead of the Toronto Raptors uni. But as you can see, this one here says Clippers, but it shows him in a Toronto uniform. I'm just trying to mainly focus on getting anything with the Clippers. We all know what he did in last year's championship game, hitting that one wild bounce shot from a deep corner three, and that won them the series and the championship for last year in Toronto. But like I said, now being in his new duds, he's got Paul George, PG-13 over there, and those guys are going to be pretty dangerous as well. I would assume that they would go deep into the playoffs. They might meet up with LA eventually. And you never know what's going to happen. Kawhi is their MVP caliber player, and right below those guys in the fourth seed is going to be the Utah Jazz and Donovan Mitchell, or Spida. This guy here is basically the entire Utah team. He's going to be fun to watch. He's undervalued in my my thought that most of his cards are undervalued. This is a second year Prism. Again, his stuff has gotten to be quite expensive and out of my reach to grab for rookie cards. So getting stuff that is second year players, and you can't always get all the big number cards, but I'll start off with some of the second cards. It's a different way of looking at it for me. Second year status, and even third year mosaic. This is the really hot set right now, and you got contenders as well, and Don Ross. The sports card market right now is on fire, so getting any of these things cheap, or as cheaply as you can, to maybe possibly turn around and make a profit during the playoffs, depending on how well any of these guys do. Like I said, Utah is the fourth seed right now. They should probably be a lock in the playoffs, and this guy's going to have a lot to do with it. I can't see anything but his value sneakily going up even more than it already is now. But get on the Donovan train and get his cards as well. Down to our last two guys for this video. The two heavy hitters on this one is going to be LeBron and Giannis. We all know what LeBron can do. We've seen him in the playoffs before. He's been there many times. He's now heading the LA Lakers, or the Lake Show. In the last 6 months, just about anything with him in a Lakers uniform has exploded. Especially first year stuff, which would be 2018-19 product. Get your hands on any of it. I have cards of him that aren't in this video right now that I have in a separate spot that are, the optic base, any optics or prisms, any of those cards for 2018, showing him in his first edition Lakers uniform. These are just a handful that I'm holding on to until the playoffs start. As you can see here, this is a 2018-19 product, but Hoops only had him in the Cleveland uniform there, and these ones here are the next season afterwards, and you got it looks better, aesthetically pleasing with the Lakers uniform on there, and he's got 23 in there as well. Pick up any of his cards if you can get your hands on them. If you pull any out of packs, save them for the next couple of weeks, and then, like I said, unleash them on the public and see what happens. And we're down to Giannis, the Greek Freak. This guy here is going to be an absolute beast. in the playoffs. They are the number 1 seed in the East, and I can't even scratch the surface on trying to hold on to his cards. These are just all the ones I've got on hand. We have Dominance from Prism, and that is a 2019-20 product. Hoops in different years. You got 18-19, this year's 19-20, Contenders 19-20. Got another Giannis there from 18. We got some inserts. We got the Contenders, and that is 18-19 Contenders. You got Lights, Camera, Action. That is also from 19-20. Get Out the Way. Another insert. 2 different Get Out the Ways. There's one from 2018 on this one, and this one is 2019. So each consecutive years, got both of them. I don't know which one I like more. I don't. They both kind of look crazy. I think this one here, the 19-20, looks kind of cool, but this is the first year of that card. So, like I said, he's gonna be probably, if he isn't league MVP, I'd be shocked if he doesn't get that, or if they make it to the finals this year. Those guys are overly hyped for a long, deep playoff run, and Giannis is going to be the guy that gets him there. He's got a pretty good supporting cast with Chris Middleton, and they got a big man down there with Lopez. But I think it's going to be interesting to watch the top seeds in this year's playoffs. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. This is all of the players I'm stashing right now for the next couple of weeks. And I'll probably put a lot of these up on my eBay page and let them go wild and see what happens to them as the playoffs start, or the 8-game playoffs start. And I want to say thank you for checking out the video. Do me a favor and slap that like button. Hit the page notifications and subscribe to the channel, and that way you'll be notified of the next video I put out. With that being said, I'm going to leave you with that. Peace.